Stoic warriors, welcome back. Better to trip with the feet than with the tongue. Those words were spoken over 2,300 years ago by Zeno of Citium, the founder of Stoic philosophy, and in all that time, in all the centuries of human progress, technological advancement, and social evolution, nothing about that truth has changed. We live in a world that rewards noise, react faster, post more, respond immediately, never let silence pass without filling it. And so we speak out of anger, out of fear, out of the desperate need to be heard, and we hand our power to the very situations we were trying to control. Today we are going to change that. In this video, we are diving deep into the art of Stoic silence. Not the silence of passivity or weakness, but the silence of strategy, self-discipline, and unshakable inner strength. 5 specific moments when your silence is not just appropriate, it is the most powerful response available to you. If you are tired of reacting, regretting, and losing your peace to situations that were never worth it, stay with me. Because by the end of this video, you will never look at silence the same way again. And if this is your first time here, welcome to Stoic Cipher, ancient philosophy built for modern battles. Make sure you subscribe so you never miss a video. Let's get into it. Moment 1. Silence when dealing with gossip and rumors. Imagine this. Someone spreads a rumor about you. Your name is being whispered in conversations you are not part of. It is flying from person to person, and every instinct you have is screaming, jump in, correct it, defend yourself, set the record straight. I want you to pause right there, because Stoicism teaches us something counterintuitive about this moment. When you engage with gossip, you give it the one thing it needs to survive: your energy. Your reaction becomes the story, and suddenly the rumor is no longer about what was said. It is about how you responded. Marcus Aurelius, Emperor of Rome, the most powerful man in the known world, was surrounded by people who questioned his decisions, attacked his reputation, and whispered about him in the halls of power, and time and again he chose the same response: silence and continued action. He wrote in his meditations, "How much more grievous are the consequences of anger than the causes of it." Here is what Stoic silence does in the face of gossip. It starves the rumor of oxygen. It signals to everyone watching that you are so secure in who you are that the noise of other people's words cannot shake you. And it protects your peace, which is worth infinitely more than the fleeting satisfaction of correcting a lie. The people who truly know you will not be swayed by what they hear. The people who believe the rumor were never really in your corner. Your silence is not admission, it is power. Focus on your actions, your character, your integrity. These are what define you, not the whispers of people who do not have the courage to speak to your face. Drop this in the comments right now. I let my actions speak. Moment 2. Silence when facing insults and unjust criticism. We have all been there. Someone says something sharp, something designed to cut, maybe publicly, maybe in a room full of people watching to see exactly how you respond. And every part of you wants to fire back, to match their energy, to make them feel as small as they just tried to make you feel. Stoicism asks you to do something harder, something more powerful. Epictetus, born a slave, a man who had every reason to react with anger to a world that treated him as less than human, taught this. It is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. When someone insults you, they are doing one of two things. They are revealing their own insecurity, or they are testing your emotional control. Either way, your silence is the only response that costs them everything and costs you nothing. Because here is what Stoic silence communicates in that moment, something words never could. I am so rooted in who I am that your opinion of me does not require a response. That is not arrogance. That is the deepest form of self-discipline the Stoics spent their lives building. If the criticism contains truth, take it privately. Use it for personal growth. That is Stoic wisdom at its most practical. If it contains no truth, release it completely. You cannot control what people say about you. You can only control whether you accept it internally. And silence is how you reject it without giving it one more second of your energy. Drop this below. I respond. I do not react. Moment 3. Silence when feeling anger. Feeling angry is not the problem. Every human being feels anger. It is a natural response to hurt, injustice, and betrayal. The real challenge, and this is where Stoicism steps in, is what you do in the 3 seconds after the anger arrives. Because most people speak. Seneca, who studied anger more deeply than perhaps any philosopher in history, called it temporary madness, not a metaphor, a clinical observation. In the grip of real anger, the rational mind steps back, and something far less reliable takes over. And whatever comes out of your mouth in that state will cost you more than whatever triggered the anger in the first place. Think about it this way. Anger is like a blazing fire. Left unchecked, it consumes everything in its path. But approached with the calm, composed mindset of a Stoic, you contain it. You use it to illuminate rather than destroy. The Stoic practice for anger is the deliberate pause. Before speaking, breathe. Before responding, wait. Not because you are suppressing your emotions, but because you are giving your rational mind the 3 seconds it needs to catch up with your emotional reaction. Marcus Aurelius practiced this every single day. He wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." In that pause, ask yourself, why am I angry? What is the root of this feeling? Is my perception accurate? Have I interpreted this situation correctly? These are Stoic questions, and the answers almost always reveal that the situation does not deserve the response your anger was preparing to give it. A response is something you choose. A reaction is something that chooses you. Choose wisely. Drop this in the comments. I pause before I speak. Moment 4. Silence when confronted with injustice. This is the moment most people misunderstand about Stoic silence. When we say stay silent in the face of injustice, people immediately think passivity, cowardice, complicity. That is not what the Stoics taught. Not even close. Epictetus, a man who was literally enslaved, who experienced injustice at its most extreme, did not advocate silence as acceptance. He advocated silence as strategy. The deliberate choice to control your response so that when you do speak or act, your words and actions carry maximum weight. Because here is the truth about reacting to injustice with immediate, uncontrolled emotion. You hand the personal system, causing the injustice a narrative. You become the angry one, the unreasonable one, the one who lost control. And in losing control, you lose the one thing you need most when fighting anything unjust, your credibility. Marcus Aurelius dealt with political injustice, corruption, and betrayal throughout his entire reign. His response was never impulsive. It was always measured and deliberate. He wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." Stoic silence in the face of injustice is not inaction. It is the discipline of waiting until your response will be most effective, of conserving your energy for deliberate action rather than burning it on impulsive reaction, of letting your integrity speak louder than your outrage, because outrage fades, integrity endures, and the person who acts from a place of calm, principled strength will always achieve more than the person who acts from a place of uncontrolled anger. Drop this below. I act with integrity, not impulse. Moment 5. Silence as your greatest inner strength. Every situation we have covered today, gossip, insults, anger, injustice, has one thing in common. They all come from outside you. They are all external events trying to provoke an internal reaction. And this is the deepest Stoic truth about silence that most people never reach. Silence is not just a response to specific situations. It is a state of being, a quality of character, the ability to remain internally unmoved when the external world is doing everything it can to move you. Think about the most powerful people you have ever observed. Not the loudest ones, not the ones who dominate every conversation. The ones who made you feel their presence the moment they walked into a room before they said a single word. That presence is not an accident. It is the result of years of building exactly the kind of inner strength Stoicism describes. Seneca wrote, "Begin at once to live and count each separate day as a separate life." Every day you practice Stoic silence in the face of gossip, of insults, of anger, of injustice. You are building a version of yourself that no external circumstance can destabilize. The Stoics were not silent people. Seneca wrote millions of words, Marcus Aurelius filled journals, Epictetus lectured daily, but they chose every word with intention. They spoke when speaking served truth, served others, or served growth, and they were silent when silence served those same purposes better. That is the power of Stoic silence. Not the absence of words, but the presence of wisdom behind every word you choose to say and every word you choose to withhold. In the noise of the modern world, that discipline is not just rare, it is revolutionary. So the next time you feel the urge to react, pause, breathe, remember Zeno. Better to trip with the feet than with the tongue. Drop this final comment: I am the master of my silence. If this video gave you something today, share it with one person who needs to hear it right now. Subscribe to Stoic Cipher for more ancient philosophy built for modern battles. New video every week. We will see you in the next one. Stay stoic,